Hi everyone. As I mentioned in class, I was going to put up a video just giving a bit more information and a bit of a modelled answer regarding the flowchart homework. So this is the tutorial video. You can see my screen as it is at the minute, and it's showing the homework on Google Classroom with the information that you need to create a flowchart for getting dressed in your school uniform. So the instructions are that you need to show a yes/no question structure at each stage, because this is going to mirror the flowchart program, and we're going to use the different items that we used in class. We talked about in class with our school uniform, as you can see on the screen there. So I've put them out of order, and you have to put them into order first of all, and then use that as the basis for your flowchart. So I'm going to jump onto OneNote, which you can see now. So this is my order of getting dressed. Mine's slightly different because I'm not using my school uniform. I'm just thinking about my suit. So I've got my items in order there, and we're now going to jump across into diagrams.net. So when you click on this link here, we'll open into here. So you're wanting to save your diagrams to a cloud location. This is to mirror what we set up in school. You may have to log in using your C2K email address. You might not, I really don't know, but this is where I'm starting from. So I'm going to select Google Drive, and I'm going to create a new diagram. So this is your screen that you've got coming up, and we're looking for a flowchart. Now, when we click on this, we're going to get a template. You can use the root folder. That's just going to put it into the very top level folder of your Google Drive, and you can move it into ICT there. So this is our template flowchart, and it's talking about the lamp, not whether it works or not, and how to fix the bulb. Basically, we're not going to use this. We're going to jump across to this one, which I've set up part of. I haven't done all of it because I want you to have a bit of a challenge in the homework. But as you can see, I'm just playing around with some of my text. Just to fix that a little bit easier. So just to talk through each of the settings we're starting as you can check the notes as well, but we're starting with this shape here. So on the diagrams.net program, it doesn't matter where we pull that to, that's going to be our start position, and that's going to be obviously the start of the program. We then have the arrow just working down, and these are all in here. I've used these curved sort of vertical bend arrows, and then this directional arrow, and that just sets the direction we're moving in. So our first question, we're using this shape here. You can use your keyboard controls as well. So Control and C and Control V works for copy and paste. So if I wanted to, what I did earlier was I recreated this. So press Control C and Control V, and there is the next bit copied. But that means I can put it in there, and it just makes life a little bit easier. So when you get this first arrow set up and you click on it, again, Control C, Control V recreates the arrow, and that makes life a little bit easier for creating the flow chart. As you can see, I've turned all my statements into questions, really to give a yes or no flow to the flow chart. So socks are both on my feet. Well, yes or no. So if not, well, I'm going to need to put on both socks. So I'm working on background here, and we have this loop section in each part of the flow chart, really presenting with a yes or no option, and then we get back to if socks are both on my feet, no, put on both socks. We go back around to the program. The question is asked again. This time it's going to be yes. So then we're working with trousers. Are they on properly with belt? Was fastened? So it's going to be yes or no. No, put on your trousers with the belt. With background, looping background. But if yes, we are moving on down to the next bit. Lastly, then in this example, I've just put ties it straight to the neck and the right length. So we've got some criteria there, and it's going to be yes or no. And so yes, or sorry, if no, I'm going to fix the tie and we're looping back into the main part of our flowchart. If yes, we're moving on to the end of the program. And like I said in class, we're working working downwards vertically. When you think about the practical flow chart, you think about flow of water, it moves in one direction. So from start to from the start to the end. I've also zoomed in a bit to make it a wee bit easier, but you can see the amount of space you have on the digital document. So there's no need to squash it all together. And you can lay it out, you can make this work with full length as we move that back just to make life easier, but you can make that bigger. I've set it that way just as part of it. As you can see, like I said, my flowchart isn't complete. I haven't socks, trousers, and tie. I think I've ignored the others. Yes, so you know, I'm certainly not showing a complete flowchart, but using this, hopefully you see the example of and the model of what I'm looking for, and that should allow you to get your flowchart completed. And that's it, folks. When it comes to submission, you're back into the homework area. Okay, this is same homework for 9L and 10L because we're looking at flowcharts together, so it's a similar topic. But you'll have the submission area around here, and you should be able to download this. So we can export this. So we can export as a PNG or JPEG file. They're picture files. I would think export as a PDF. Click on that. We can keep the grid. Do a copy of my diagram, yes, and we'll click export, and we'll just rename this. So this is uniform flowchart. We'll keep it as drawio.pdf, and we're going to download this to the device, which is your computer. So as you can see at the bottom of my screen, there it is there. When I open it, there is not the right one. I think I maybe selected this one. So let me just make sure I can, well, actually, let's save this first of all. I think maybe that was it, that it was saved as untitled diagram. So let's also change that. Diagram, name, and then we will export as PDF. The grid, export to device. Should be appearing there. There we go. So there's the completed flowchart as far as I've taken it. Yours will have each of the correct stages in your decided order. Okay, like I said in class, you can vary this. Like we discussed, you may put items on in a different order, even if we go to my version and just drop that down to compare. So I've went in a specific order. Yours may be different. Like I said, that's absolutely fine, but you're looking at that order, setting it up, and then submitting through there. Remember the deadline, folks, just as it is set. So that should come up in your Google Classroom to-do list, and that should be everything. That should be everything that you need. So you're really then just uploading that PDF into the submission area, and then you're ticking done. Folks, if there's any questions, please just drop me a message in the private section here. So that's within not the class comments. That's going to be where everyone sees it, but in the student area, I will see it coming up just by name. If we click on one, the comments will come up here, and no one will see it but me. So if there is any issues or questions, please do ask the question in advance of the deadline. Other than that, folks, that's everything. Thanks for your time. Hope this has been helpful, and we will see each other soon. Bye.